Greetings. Today, the moon goes into feeling-oriented Cancer, and we get that experience of moving through the feelings associated with the bigger picture of change, the changes we are experiencing in the long term with the outer planet shifts this year. So we bring it down to the here and now, today's vibe in the Cancer moon energy of feelings, emotions, sensitivity, and needing to honor our inner process. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Wednesday, May 28th. So we do have the moon continuing in Gemini in the morning, and it depends, of course, on your time zone. But 10:32 a.m. Pacific time, so 1:32 p.m. Eastern, and you can adjust for your own time zone. We're in that Gemini new moon, right? So we're still continuing that Gemini moon energy, and the Gemini new moon was exact Monday night or Tuesday morning if you're in Europe, UK, some of those time zones. I'm not covering all of them, but you can adjust for your own locality. So with this Gemini new moon, and I've been talking about the Gemini energy and thinking about communication, maybe doing a little writing or journaling like I was sharing yesterday. And by the way, if you don't enjoy writing things down, these questions, those questions that I shared yesterday as a journal prompt, great way to just sit down and have a little moment for yourself to reflect. I was actually thinking about those questions as I did the dishes last night. So, so you can just ask yourself those questions in the moment. And if you missed it, watch yesterday's video for the three powerful questions or journal prompts, or however you want to use them to make the most of the Gemini new moon energy and really following that energy as it unfolds throughout the current moon cycle. So we're still at the beginning, right? And then we have today the moon going into Cancer, where we access our feelings and we start to feel a little more sensitive and tender. And that's because with Cancer energy, there is something that is moving below the surface, something that is healing, something that is healing through feeling, something that needs safety. So, safety is connected to the energy of Cancer when you think about mothering. And what is the, well, one of the purposes of having that experience of the energy of nurturing, right? It's not just mothering, but it's the energy of nurturing, caring. It's kindness, even does the same thing, right? It's creating space where you feel safe to now move through the healing process that you know how to move through, or that maybe your unconscious already knows how to move through. And so I use often the example of a small child falling down and hurting their knee, and there's nothing you can really do to fix the knee, but that hug, right? That mothering energy there to hold the child and let the child move through their feelings. And then before you know it, they're bouncing back and they don't even remember that it happened. So that is the healing process that we do when we have that experience of safety. So, Cancer really is about needing that safety, that protection. So, whether it's home, and Cancer energy refers to the home as well, our home base, our safe place, nest, right? So, whether it's that experience of being safe in a home base, or whether it's safety that we experience through simply being welcomed and feeling like we can be ourselves and we don't have to put on a performance or meet any expectations. That's a different kind of safety. There are lots of different ways that safety might be important to us, but that purpose of having that safety or the way that it benefits us is because it does let us unfold, unwind, and move through that emotional process that we know is going to help us feel better. And so that's important in many different ways in our lives and just helping us to come back to center, to get regrouped, regrounded, and so that energy of that nurturing experience, that feeling of safety, helps us to move through our feelings. So you might notice that you're having some feelings, and anytime there is a moon in Cancer, we feel a little bit sensitive or we lean in that direction. That's a potential that is there. And as well, of course, the people around us might be feeling sensitive. So they, the people around you may not be aware that the moon is in Cancer, but you can be aware. So you can have that kindness, that compassion to say, oh, okay, you might be a little irritable or a little grouchy or behaving inappropriately, but I'm going to, I mean, obviously you want to be as long as it's minor, right? Um, but right, you could be kind and caring in that moment to say, it's okay. We won't worry about it this time because I know you're moving through your feelings. You don't have to say that. But you get the idea, right? It's like somebody's being grouchy, you can just go, okay, you do what you need to do. I'm gonna go take some space for myself or whatever. So thinking about it that way, and then also recognizing that with the the shifts and changes we are going through, the world feeling like an unstable place, the new things that are emerging, the new beginnings we are on the verge of here, right? I've been talking about how things are starting, but we can't necessarily see yet where they're going to end up or what's going to happen. So that can bring a little bit of stress, a little bit of feeling destabilized. So there could be feelings coming up related to that and related to what is happening in the world and how things are changing and not having control or all the answers. So taking care of yourself with this Cancer moon, honoring your needs, honoring your feelings, and above all, finding ways to create safety for yourself, whether that's just taking a little space for yourself or deciding to cozy up and drink some tea or do something that's comforting to you, that could help you just to naturally move through whatever is moving through. You might just feel a little bit sensitive or maybe even irritable, and just letting yourself have that experience without making it wrong or making yourself bad for feeling what you feel. So with the Cancer moon, just having that attitude that you would hope and want for nurturing, right? For parenting, for mothering, whatever that might look like that feeling of being held. How can you create that for yourself? Is it sitting down and drinking a cup of tea? Is it taking an extra, I don't know, a little bit of extra time in bed, maybe in the morning or whatever? Is it maybe having the moment of sitting down with your food, enjoying your meal, really just taking in that experience of nurturing, of caring for yourself, of kindness for yourself, maybe giving yourself flowers, maybe going outside and experiencing the flowers that are growing outside. I mean, it's springtime in much of the world. So whatever that looks like for you, just really honor the fact that you might be feeling things and you might have a little bit of extra sensitivity and that it's important to recognize and respect that and respect your needs within your feelings, because probably you are figuring it out, right? You're doing what the child knows how to do, which is to feel your feelings, get back to center, remember who you are, and then move on, right? And you don't even, it doesn't even have to be a blip on your radar. So thinking about home and safety and caring and kindness and what that looks like and means for you can be a valuable way to work with this Cancer moon. And we are in this Gemini moon energy, new moon energy, and moon cycle. So, thinking about how that translates into your need to communicate, your need for thinking and having an open mind and following your curiosity. So, paying attention to your needs for comfort and safety within that could help to support your process of finding the right words or accessing new ideas or whatever that looks like for you. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms. My website is astrologyheals.com. You can book a reading there, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self care. Bye for now.